my viewers, it's me, Violetta. I'm psychic from Canada, and I have today meeting with David Johnson from Australia, but he was born in California in a family related. His father was working for Hollywood, so he grew up in that big world. And his father is a painter, so you can see a lot of artwork going around his house. And your sister is a painter, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And David was studying in Budapest in Europe, which is country kind of related to Poland. I love it. When I was going to Budapest, I had goosebumps. So
yeah.
Now it's you, David. Sorry, I took so much time, but I'm adoring you, and you are a shaman as well. Not as well. I'm not a shaman, but you are a shaman.
Okay, mutual respect. Yeah, I was really trained by you watching your videos. You and Lena and Linda G and of course Kristen. You know, you guys were really my teachers.
Yeah, I was watching Lena, and she introduced you, and then I was hooked on you too.
That's all right. I owe her so much. So I'm going to ask the first question, right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay, so first question.
And thank you for doing this for my channel. Thank you.
No, it's my pleasure. It's really, we could not let you go. First question is about Ivanka Trump. Do you think that she flipped? Is she talking to maybe some authorities?
She is playing different games. It's like in the people who are dancing in the theater with the umbrella. She's dancing up and down with that umbrella. So some things she wants to probably protect herself.
Right.
And sometimes she thinks she can step on someone because she is better. So she's a survivor.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be his daughter, you have to be a survivor. I can't imagine to have father like that.
Yeah.
Who is so abusive, and she was always afraid that he will fire her like a dog.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
not a good feeling.
Do you have any idea like who she's talking to? Do you think she's talking to Mueller or FBI?
She wanted to talk to Mueller, and she said some, I think she was, did he talk with her? Did he have interview with her? Because she's paranoid, afraid of FBI because they are under bar. So she doesn't trust FBI.
Because Barr will tell Trump.
Yes, so she don't trust them. And she is living like in a cage. She is dancing and surviving every moment of her life.
Wow. That speaks a lot. Yeah. Wow. So you want to ask me a question next?
Okay, yes. I had few.
Sure.
And it's because you are from Australia.
Uh-huh.
As far as Australia goes, is the connection between Rupert Murdoch and Epstein, and does Epstein have dirt on Murdoch? Murdoch is owner of Fox News, and he started a big news company in Australia. And the question is from Chatelaine Sutter. That's one of the questions that my girlfriend Cheryl pulled for me.
Good. Yeah. It's interesting because, you know, in Australia, there is no Fox News. Yeah, people don't watch it. There's no Fox News. I think even they would not be able to have it in Australia because it's not real news. So I think it would be illegal, actually. Let's see about this connection with Epstein. You know, what I see is a line, and I see the line is broken. So it's almost like there's a connection, but it almost looks like dash, dot, dash, almost like Morse code. like it's a line, but it's not a perfect line between the two of them. So I think, tell me more, Spirit. What about Rupert Murdoch? In a way, they're connected because Rupert Murdoch is pulling all of these strings. He's pulling so many strings. And so, you know, let's face it, there are many Epsteins doing this work. There are many Epsteins doing terrible things. And he controls them all in a way, if only because he allows them to exist. He manipulates them. But it might come back to him. When I see Rupert Murdoch, he's very angry. So I think this might come back to him. So Spirit is I'm just going to see if Epstein has some evidence against him.
Because there is another part of that question.
Oh, yeah.
From the same Catherine Sutter, did Epstein get rich in part because of Murdoch? I don't know, in a previous vision, I have seen some connection with Epstein to Australia, and I mentioned that. I don't know what will be, but that was kind of in my vision.
Okay. I think that's possible because when I see Murdoch now, he is opening the cell of a jail. He's opening this door. And he's talking to Epstein and he's saying, you better keep quiet about this. I'm not sure if it's even something that Rupert Murdoch did. It might be not only about himself, but about his business or about people that he knows. So he wants Epstein to keep quiet about this. It's not, Epstein does not have a movie, I think, of Rupert Murdoch. But I think he has information about people that are connected to Fox News. That's what I feel like. He's showing me something. He does have some videotapes. So I see these old VHS videotapes and I see Epstein, he's holding one in his hand and he's pushing one into the VCR and he's showing Rupert Murdoch. So it might not be direct. It could be direct, but I get the feeling that it's not totally direct to him, but it's very connected. Again, this line seems to connect them, but it's broken. So there's a connection there, but it will be difficult to find. It won't be so simple to connect the two of them. But believe me, Rupert Murdoch is very angry about this situation with Epstein. He has some important things are happening for him in regard to this Epstein case. Let's see if I have one more image.
Can I help you a little? Sorry.
That's okay. Murdoch would really like to cover it up. So that's his interest. He wants everybody to go away and be quiet.
I still feel that it's related because I close my eyes. You inspire me, so I thought I will go deeper. I feel that the connection that Murdoch might have and Epstein might know more, it's about his third wife, Wendy.
Maybe that's it.
Because he apparently is a spy for China.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And she had an affair with Blair, Prime Minister of England, and that could have been even bigger story. So maybe Murdoch put a lid on it.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's ask that.
Because that was the reason that they divorced.
Oh, right.
He left her, and he loved her very much. Wendy was the wife that he really loved. Now he's married to the ex-wife of Mike Jagger.
Wow.
His poor wife. So Murdoch
so many connections.
Guy. Yes.
So many layers.
Yeah, but that's getting out of the subject.
Perhaps.
That I disturb you, but I thought our viewers might want to know that he might feeling that Epstein has something on him. If he's that big fish, and he knew so many people from top of the world, so they might know something more about Wendy. We will see eventually. Maybe something will come out of that.
All right, so we'll keep this question to the side. Yeah. I'll ask the next one. And this is about Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. So as you know, I think they have captured one ship The British have tried to stop them. It's becoming a serious matter. What do you think will happen in Iran? And a simple question is, will Trump go to war in Iran?
Before, I know that he was stopped like Superman stopped him. Now
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how this will be.
Me too.
The chair is sideways. There is an old tool that they were doing the laundry, you know, the
washing machine.
Washing board.
Yeah.
Very primitive. They have to, we will learn the behind the scenes stories, because the dirty laundry, it will be all about probably Trump's connection with Saudi Arabia.
Uh-huh.
And that's the reason he wants to make mess over there.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
Iran is not comfortable for Saudi Arabia. Trump has nothing to do to them, but that's the reason he is steering the pot. And the dirty laundry, they have to figure out how to put this to the surface, that we will know why he is doing this.
Yeah.
And the chair upside down, sideways, so there will be hard to negotiate with someone who is not in comfortable position to sit and talk by the table.
Yeah.
So Trump is making everything impossible. Was the question how that will end, or what?
Yeah, I mean, do you think that Trump will create a war?
He's wearing slippers, not shoes. So he wants to walk, but he's not ready for it. I don't think they will let him to do it, because when you are wearing slippers, you can't go outside to do business. You have to stay at home. That's my positive thinking, hopeful thinking, that he's not going to put the slippers, shoes on and stay at home and keep the army at home.
Yeah, I have a feeling, I mean, in my image, I see warships, but I see them going to protect and maybe shooting some drones out of the sky. But I see that is a limit. I see that it will be dangerous. It will be very close, but I don't.
It is very dangerous. But then even Democrats are letting Trump to prepare for the army, because they let him to spend so much money, which is so scary.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is a dangerous.
So now it's my turn.
Okay, good.
Okay. What will happen to Julian Assange?
Oh, good question. I have not ever read on Julian Assange.
And this one is from Lily Fuzzy, sorry. Lily Fuzzy one. I'm sorry.
Okay. She's got a good question, Lily. Let's see. Let's take a look at Assange. In my vision, he's kind of rising. He's rising a little bit above what the problems. In a way, I almost feel like he's going to get a better voice.
Do you think they will send him to USA, or he will stay in England?
Good question, because I see him.
That's kind of part of probably what she meant.
Okay, because he's in a prison. I see him opening the prison door. He's in Britain. I can tell that it's British. Everybody's drinking tea, so you can tell it's British.
That's a nice party.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a British jail. And, you know, the people in the jail seem somewhat sympathetic to Julian Assange. And I think one thing that is true is with this potential war in the Middle East, that people are considering maybe Assange is not so bad. And that's just the people, not the government. They are somewhat sympathetic to him. And they're not sympathetic to send him to America. I think that they may send him to the United States, but I don't think that they will do it during Trump.
Trump, because Barr will destroy him.
Yes, I think that they will wait. And I think that they know, the British people know, that we will not see the truth if we send Assange to America during Trump. They will keep him quiet, keep him separate. Barr will stop him from speaking. So I think the British will wait. They will delay, and they have some sympathy for Assange. Let me see any more. I think Assange, actually, he may be given a greater voice. He may be given the chance to speak to Americans, the world, at some point, because I keep seeing him rise. And I think this would be impossible if it was not for this threat in Iran. I think the threat in Iran actually is giving him more power to speak, because people want to know what he has to say. And I think the British will do it. It's also the British people are becoming more angry at the situation that the world is in. Don't forget that their people got poisoned by Putin, right? And now we're going to go to another war in the Middle East. And the last time they went to war in the Middle East was a disaster. So I think that the situation might start to change and might be a bit much more positive for Assange and his supporters.
For a moment, I closed my eyes and I saw Bobby. That's what they call the policeman in England.
All right. Huh?
And he has the big hat with the black thing, so for protection.
Right.
I think that they were usually a symbol of protection. When I was living in England for 3.5 years, that's what they were usually walking on the streets and keeping.
Right.
So I think that they will keep him as much as they can.
I think so. Yeah, I agree.
Sorry,
yeah.
but I'm so enjoying myself being with you.
Oh, good. So
Okay.
I'll ask the next question.
Yes, my turn.
Okay, good. So how about William Barr? Some people think that William Barr has already stopped some investigations.
I have a similar question for you.
You have similar questions? Okay, we can ask two.
No, singular one. We are thinking the same way, probably.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, so do you think that he stopped some investigations that were continuing when he began?
When he will left?
No, like already. Do you think that he has stopped some investigations?
It's like putting ice cubes in the bucket and trying to, you can't really dig too much. So I think he's freezing everything. Ice cubes in the bucket, and I see someone with the long nails. It's they can pop out. You are not a woman, but we have to watch. Sometimes the temperature can make the acrylic nails to pop out. So the people in FBI will be very cautious to dig deeper, because he's freezing the situations or putting a freeze zone on them. Can I ask a similar question?
Sure, and I have to tell you while you're talking, I had an image of, a lasso, like in the West. Of course, I'm American, so I have this West. I have him putting a lasso and squeezing a little bit tighter, just so viewers know. Same vision, just similar, different images.
Different pictures.
Yes.
Do you see any FBI agents rebel to Barr? Because what he's doing. I'm glad you asked that question.
This is great questions. These viewers always have such a very good questions,
Actually, this one is from me.
Okay.
I have to take the credit.
Okay, can you say it again?
Okay, do you see any FBI agents rebel to Barr?
Yeah, I do. I see FBI agents. They're opening a file cabinet and then putting something in the back secretly. I think they might even be putting some things in their pocket to take home. And I see that they're taking a big risk in doing this. This is illegal. If anyone catches them, they could go to prison. But I see just a few people in some places just copying materials, putting things in certain places. And I have a feeling they're just waiting until Trump is gone, until Barr leaves. They are just waiting. and I feel it's a very patriotic feeling. These people are taking a big risks. They're risking their careers. And there are many people I feel in the FBI who are sympathetic. Like if one person if they saw someone doing this, they would say nothing, because everyone in this institution is worried about this Trump situation. I think one person is doing it, but others know they are doing it and are protecting it.
And they zip up and putting the key away because they want this to come out.
Yeah, they're looking serious. Oh, no, I'm FBI in my suit.
I didn't see anything. But because it is like, he is freezing everything and they can't dig in the ice. Yeah. Okay? Whose turn is now?
My turn?
I think, was that mine now?
No, I think it's my turn. I'll ask you a question.
No, I asked you about Barr, so now it's my turn.
Okay, great. I'm ready. Okay. Here's the question. We have the same questions already about Barr's role maybe this is specific. What do you think is Barr's role in Epstein case?
I have similar one. Okay, that will be. It's like he is hiding some stuff in the basement, thinking that no one will go there. He's going in the basement, ditching the papers. So he thinks that he can hide them. I don't know if he can do that. It's obvious that he is going to the cooler room and hiding things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really, he knows that they are observing him. And he knows that eventually something will come out, and how much more it is somewhere else. But he wants to put this in the dench room, whatever you call this, like room with no windows, dark. And it's not, the floor is kind of very crooked and the stairs are crooked too. So he wants to hide stuff. But I think people, because I believe there will be some. Oh, now I will ask you a question.
Okay, sure.
Do you think that they found some stuff about Trump in Epstein's possession? That will.
Okay, let's take a look. Okay, Epstein is showing me a CD. He's showing me like a video CD in his hand. And Trump is in it. I feel like yes. Your answer is yes. Trump is in it. He's doing some really bad things in it. He's like when we had Richard Nixon, we heard the tapes. And when American people heard the tapes, that's when they really went against him, because he was so racist. Nixon said so many terrible things about everyone. And that's like kind of a feeling that I get. Epstein knows he has this, and it was a protection. It was to protect him from prosecution. And now he has no reason to not tell the truth. As a matter of fact, since they found us, there are more charges against Epstein. There are more things. And if Epstein doesn't tell the truth, then he could go to prison even longer than 45 years. So he could get even worse treatment.
That's for many, many years ahead.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's not related to that young girl who claimed that before Trump went to the office, that Trump raped her in Epstein's house.
Yeah.
14, she pulled her story out of the surface. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if that's not that story that Epstein has on him, because she said that it was party at Epstein's house where she was raped by Trump.
Yeah.
And that's what we will need it, absolutely. So Barr would like to have that on Trump.
Yeah, that's right.
He would like to keep Trump under his thumb to control him. But that's my feeling. And that 1 year ago, no one knew about Epstein yet. And when I was doing a research, that was actually the connection that I learned about Epstein, because I was researching the girl that was raped by Trump.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, when I first started doing this work, all I saw was this situation with Trump and very young women. And I kept seeing this situation. It's a bit disgusting. It's hard to look at this, but that's a feeling that I had. So maybe I can ask one question. Why do you think Barr is doing this? Why is Barr protecting Trump? Why is he covering up?
Okay. When you're looking under the sink and you are looking at the tubes in the old building, it's rusty. The tube that is going with the, you are putting the dirty things.
Uh-huh.
So Trump has some dirt on him.
Trump has dirt on Barr.
Yes, because that's it's like an extension of sewer. That's going to the sewer, connecting to some sewer on Barr.
Yes,
That's what I see. It can be gambling. It can be related to some or whatever. I think there is so much dirt that we don't know.
I think that's true.
You know, but the vision, I believe in those visions, and you too, because I don't think I have to create some answer. I'm just thinking what that means. And when I see a symbol of crooked pipe that is connected to the sewer, so he has some connection to the dirty sewer, those people who were maybe in mafia even.
Yeah. Well, I know, for example, that Barr's father gave a job to Epstein, for example. Maybe, and it's mysterious. There's no reason why he would give this man this job to work with children. It's weird. Yeah. So maybe something like this.
Something could be that he was growing up, and we will learn. History will tell us, but we have to just make up the story. I just see the connections with the sewer.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So I ask you a question.
Viewers can guess for themselves. Okay.
All right. So do you want to ask me one next?
Yes.
Because I snuck in a question.
Okay. The ICE is arresting people now and random. Will ICE arrest legal American citizens who speak up to Trump? That's Leszek's question. And he's worried that it will be like in Germany. Hitler was using his army of controlling people and arresting innocent people because they were not comfortable to him.
I think this will be difficult to do. I think ICE, if they start arresting American people who are, born in America or something, when they start doing this, I think there will be a very strong reaction against it. Even conservatives in the society do not want to be arrested by him. I think that's a line that they will cross. That is a very serious line. I think that there is something still, the Republicans are still limiting Trump because they're saying, don't cross this line. If you do, maybe we will change our minds. So Trump is a little bit afraid of going too far because he doesn't want to lose Republican support. I know that in the TV, the Republicans are always saying, oh yes, Trump, Trump, Trump. But behind in another room, they are really feeling a lot of stress. I don't think, so for example, this is what I see. I see these ICE guys, and again, it's like a lasso. They're trying to circle a bunch of people, but the rope is cut. And the rope is cut, and when the rope is cut, people are leaving. In a way, I think that ICE is doing the worst thing for itself. It's showing a very bad reputation. Not many people like to look at this. Even if they're conservative, they don't like this image of ICE tricking people, holding children at the airport and waiting. They don't like the way that, people don't like the way that it looks. And I think the ICE themselves don't like the way that it looks. They still have to go home and talk to their family. And they don't want to put American people in that situation. I think they're not so strong about putting even people who are illegals in that situation, because it's making them look bad and it's making them look cruel. So I think that, definitely people who are illegals, they should still be very, very careful and try to coordinate their safety. But I don't think this will expand.
Mm-hmm. And I had seen a flower who is dying. So I think, as you said, the ICE people don't want to play that role.
Yes, yeah.
They're playing, but they don't want to be overactive.
Yes.
They want to arrest only those people who did something wrong in the country, but not every neighbor to grab his possession. It's so inhumanitarian. But Trump can put the worst in from people so far. And I can't believe it, where he's finding those bad guys. Like,
yeah.
Well, I can't imagine. I never met any pedophile in my life that I knew of.
Yeah.
And he knows so many.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true.
The people
one after another.
Yeah.
One after another. Now, let me ask sort of a question I just thought of right now, and that is, it was about ICE, and maybe the question is this: when do you think the American people, the conservatives, maybe people who support Trump a little bit or a little bit more, when do you think they will change their mind and see Trump for who he is? Or maybe they will not. Maybe they will never change.
Okay. I have organs behind me, and you have to pump and pump and pump.
Okay.
He is telling Americans that, and they are old-fashioned. They are not useful just for display. And Trump is like, for display, he's telling them everything is great. But honestly, people will discover that the economy is not that great, that they are sitting in China's pocket.
Yeah.
And when they will discover that everything is lie, that king is naked, they will walk away like a ducks. They will not stay with him because they will feel that, what am I doing here? He is a con artist. It's taken a while to figure out the con artist, but people have to discover that that's what it is.
Now, do you think
they will leave him and they will say, I don't remember. I'm looking for a ride.
Now, do you think that
I was not on his side.
Do you think they will do this before the next election, before 2020?
Going a mountain and down. I don't know if just before, or Democrats need someone who will shake them. I don't see anyone on Democratic side, except maybe Elizabeth Warren. If I will be living in USA, I will go for her. Sanders is wonderful. I trust him. I don't know, but I prefer her.
Yeah, I see this. She has a new energy, and I totally respect Sanders.
And I saw her as a kangaroo. If she can't box with hands, she will kick between the legs. And I think she has what it takes to win that. So hopefully she will be the one that people will be pulled by her, and she's not taking any money from rich people. That's noble. That's so noble.
Do you think that she could be president? Or maybe you see someone else or someone together with her?
A ring. She should get that. She should be at least engaged because I see a ring. I hope she will get that ring for being, it's on this finger. On this ones, usually people get when they are at the college, they belong to something.
Oh, right.
you know, for some group. This one was on this finger, but maybe that's what I'm not understanding. I know that she will be engaged so much, and I want her to win.
Yeah, I have a good feeling.
You know,
I have a good feeling
2 years ago, because after tomorrow we will be 2 years. So about 2 years ago, Leszek asked me about Sanders, if he can be the next president. And I saw 2 steps, huge steps. And I thought it's impossible for his 74 or something like that, for him to walk those steps. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Sometimes the vision is a vision that doesn't answer us everything. And I said, no, it's impossible. But why not? He might be walking those big steps and go up.
Yeah.
I prefer Elizabeth Warren, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I see good things for her. But so, do you want to ask me a question, or should I ask you?
I don't have any more because I prepared 5, and I think I'm fine. Do you have?
Yeah, I think I asked. You know, here's a very important question, I think, for viewers, and that's about the economy. How do you feel about this economy? And I just mean for the average person. You know, should they save their money? What should they do right now? What's the danger? Is there danger? And maybe when?
Okay. I woke up one day in Poland and we had martial law.
Wow.
And there was nothing you can buy in the stores except the vinegar and tea. I don't know why tea, but there was a lot of tea and vinegar. Empty shelves. So I don't want to scare anyone about a situation like that, but in Poland, I wanted some window treatment because I had everything before we were married, and we were married over 1 year when it started, the martial law. So I had everything, but I had to sign for window treatment and go every day after work and sign it that I'm still interested for 6 months. Lace for the window treatment.
Wow.
And you imagine, because they were delivering in small parts and it was such a nuisance.
Wow. Okay.
Everything was such and I feel those people in Iran, when they are pushed to the bottom, they are going through the same stage. And be prepared for moments like that. You never know, because if China will put a stop of bringing stuff to America, everyone will be on their knees. Yeah,
we will be in serious trouble. When I see this, I see economy going up and down, up and down, up and down, very strongly and quickly, right? And
China could, and that's what I have seen about Trump. When you ask me if they will wake up before his re-election, so maybe that's what will be. China can control who will be next president.
I think that's very true. China and Putin, right, will decide. Tell me, what year was the martial law in Poland?
1981.
Okay. So
December 13.
You remember? I remember the day.
It was in the morning, and I woke up and I told my husband I had the dream that huge snake started spreading fire. And we turned off TV. It's nothing. I said, well, there will be no telephone. We touched telephone. There was no lineup.
Wow.
So, and they were turning off electricity a few times a day. So the worst was the gas, because you had to watch all the time. Otherwise, it can be little smell and so on, or explosion, even if someone will fall asleep and something will be on the stove. It was horrific. Everything was on a stamp, so there was stamps for 2 kilogram sugar for a person, or 1 kilogram sugar per person per month. Leszek was walking with me when we came here to Canada, and he's looking at me in the superstore, and he's Safeway, and he's seeing all those chocolate candies, and he's asking, Mom, do you still have a stamps for candy? No, I don't. He's ready to cry because he sees, and I said, choose the one that you want, because we don't have any more stamps. For the little child who got 25 grams of candies per month.
Yeah.
And I could choose candies or chocolate, whatever, not no one and another. So if China will put embargo on USA, then it's trouble. And he's fighting. I don't know why he's starting so many fights, but
with everyone.
I don't want to scare anyone.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just ask positive. Maybe we'll just trying to make it positive, just to ask a positive question. Maybe we can say, what's the best thing for American people to do right now, just for their economic life, but also their psychological life? What do you think is a good thing for viewers to do right now to take care of themselves and others?
To connect with each other and believe that the goodness will win. The goodness will have to win, and reunite with each other. When you don't like something, go to the streets like Puerto Rico is doing.
Yeah.
Not violent, but stand up for your rights, because Trump is abusing the system, Barr is abusing, and people will be suffering.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel the same way. And also look at our connection, for example.
Yes, I love it.
This is great, and it's really great that readers are supporting each other in this endeavor.
I bet they will be saying how much they love you, and I know, because I got so many happy comments about Linda Comanche in my video. And I know I was scared today too. I told Leszek, when I will get rid of that moment that I'm panicking, but that's probably me.
Yes, well, it's always a thing to be on YouTube. It's always a challenge.
Yes. And 1 out of 3 kids wants to be YouTuber, and we are doing this. And
here's our example.
I never asked for anything like that. I never really thought that I can be on a stage with my English.
And here we are. Yeah,
and Leszek make me. That's what it's his achievement, because I didn't even ask for it. And soon we might have about 200 videos, and in 2 days we are celebrating our 2nd anniversary.
Fantastic! Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much for doing this for me, and thank you, viewers, for watching us. Please check David Johnson's Psychic YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And see you. Who knows? Maybe we will do this again if you.
I look forward to that. Just let me know whenever you'd like.
Yes, I'm already planning with Linda.
Okay, good.
So but I love it. It's so different than preparing yourself. Probably you can speak up your mind for so long, and for me, I'm usually feeling that I have to answer the question and get out.
Yes. Well, it's always.
With you or with Linda, I'm more talkative, so I love it.
It's always fun to talk to you. It's always fun to talk to Linda. I really appreciate it.
Yes, she said that she met you in California. So.
Yeah, we had a great day at the beach. It was really beautiful that day
Work
too.
is a small place. Say hi to Lina and enjoy yourself.
Okay, thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Blessings.
I would like to invite you to the private reading with me. Please visit www.psychicvioletta.com. Click Book Online. Choose the type of reading. Choose the link, choose the date and the time. Fill out your informations. Click the Pay Now button with your credit card or debit card. And you're all done.